wherever you may be streaming live from. My name is Tiffany Daniel, and I'm an Army veteran of 26 years. While I'm talking, I'm going to give you some of the items you may need for your support, and that'll give you a chance to get them. So we won't really need any props, but if we're going to be standing and then we're going to move to the floor. If you are not comfortable with moving to the floor, getting up and down off the floor, then I will invite you to bring a chair into the group. And then also bring your blocks. So if you have blocks for some of these stretches that we are going to be doing, the blocks will help you as well. And when we get too close to the end for our guided rest, our body temperature is going to drop. So you may want to bring or have by you a blanket, a pillow, and even some hand towels. And I say hand towels because we can fold the hand towels for a supported back position. Okay, so you may want two to put on each side for the lower lumbar. Just some suggestions. We all know our bodies, right? And sometimes our bodies will surprise us and we will go a little further than we thought we could. But again, my name is Tiffany Daniel, Army veteran, 26 years. I've been teaching with Veteran Yoga Project since 2019. I will say that thank you for your service. Thank you for joining me and allowing me to share my practice with you today. As you all know, this is Veterans Gratitude Week, and we are here to raise funds for our cause, to support you and I. Okay, so if you'd like to donate, you can do so at veteransyogaproject.org, or you can text BYP to 707070. They made it just that simple for you, okay? But please support us, because what you may not know is most of our instructors volunteer, because we know that we all need what we provide in these classes. So we want to keep Veteran Yoga Project alive and thriving. So we need your support, all right? So hopefully that gave you enough time to grab your chair. Oh, I forgot water, towel, blocks, whatever you may need. Let me look at my clock to see where we are, and let's get ready to begin. So I'm going to ask you to stand up with me. If you took a seat, all right, stand up with me as we prepare to stretch or just move our bodies gently. This is a gentle flow. Place your feet right under your hips. I have a sticky mat, so every now and then you may see me do a little motion like this, because when the feet start sticking to the mat, it sometimes makes it hard to move, but sometimes it's helpful, because then I don't have to worry about my feet sliding, okay? But once you've placed your feet directly under you, ground them. So let's just rock back and forth a little bit from heel to toe, heel to toe, heel to toe, grounding our feet, and also starting to stretch our calves. And we're going to do this 2 more times. So 2 more times up on the toes. 1 more time. And now I'm going to ask that you ground your feet and bring both your hands or your palms over your heart. Let's just give a moment of gratitude here. But while we're giving that moment, I want you to focus on your heartbeat. Feel your heartbeat. Not just being thankful that we are present in this day, we're here together, but focus on the rapid beat, the beat itself. Is it beating rapidly? Because we just moved some large muscles. You may have also rushed to go and get the equipment that I asked you to get to join us. And once we start our stretching, synchronizing it with our breath work, then you're going to notice just how fast you take control of your breath. Right now, with that being said, I'm going to ask you to drop your arms, drop your hands, your palms down beside your waist. You can have palms up, palms down. It does not matter, because we're going to start to move. Okay, we're going to place our left hand under our belly button, holding our abdominal area here. We're going to start with our deep breathing. So as we breathe in deeply from our abdominal area, you're going to feel your diaphragm rise up underneath your lungs. And as your diaphragm rises, your lungs will become full with air, your shoulders will broaden. And for me, my chin comes up a lot of times. And that's how I keep my posture, making sure that my posture is straight. But please join me. So place your hand under your belly button. And as we take our first deep inhalation together, we're going to raise the right arm up beside our ears as we inhale, bringing that tummy in, bringing that tummy in. All right. And then we're going to drop it slowly as we exhale, feeling the air come into the palm of our hands, back into that abdominal area. Okay. We're going to do that 2 more times because I was talking through it. So let's do this together as we inhale and exhale. One more time with the right hand. Inhale. And exhale. Now I'm going to turn back to the front as we switch hands, placing the right hand now over the abdominal area, grounding our feet, and prepare to take a deep inhalation, raising our left hand at this time. So let's inhale and exhale. I should have said this on the other side, but try to make that exhalation longer than the inhale, okay? So let's inhale and exhale. Right, now I'm inviting you to drop the right hand to your side, and we're going to begin with both arms coming up now, both arms beside our ears, doing the same thing. So as we inhale, bring the arms up. Remember, bringing that abdominal area in, allowing that diaphragm to come up. If you can, prayer, place your hands together for prayer. And as you exhale, lengthen the exhalation while you drop your arms to the side. Now, you may need to drop your arms a little faster because when you run out of air with that exhalation, your hands should be back to your side. So without me talking this time, let's try that 2 more times. So let's inhale, exhale. See, my arms had to speed up that time. Let's do that once more together. Inhaling. And exhale. Now I'm going to invite you to place both hands back over your heart again. And do you feel a difference in your heart rate with just those 2 breathing exercises? That's what this tool is used for with our breath work. All right, so now dropping our hands back to the side, let's continue our gentle flow. This time we're going to raise both hands up into prayer as we inhale, and we're going to lean to my right, your right as well. So it doesn't matter if you're matching me in the camera, but when we lean, we're going to do what's called a half moon, and you're going to exhale. So let's exhale as you lean. And as you lean, you want your ear to be over your shoulder. And if you were to look down, you would look right into your tricep muscles there, or to the floor, right to the side of you. So that means your side is in line with your side, all the way down to your feet. So we're not leaning forward and we're not leaning back, okay? So I'm going to turn to the side just to give you a demonstration. And there's that sticky mat moving with my feet. Okay, so let's try that again. Let's inhale. And I'm going to lean to my right, exhaling. And as we come back up, inhaling. And let's go to the opposite side this time as we exhale. Feeling that stretch along the obliques. Feel that nice stretch along that side. Inhaling, coming back up and back to the right as we exhale. And this time, see if you can lean a little further, elongating that stretch without leaning forward and without leaning back. All right, inhaling And to the opposite side, exhaling. All right, with that stretch, your heart rate is going to start picking up. Your temperature is going to start to pick up. Let's exhale, dropping those arms. We're going to go to the lower body now. All right, so I'm turning back around as we ground our feet. I am going to ask that you shift your weight to the left leg as we cross over the left leg with the right. Once that right foot is grounded, we're going to raise our arms. Let me move over a little bit. We're going to raise our arms, shoulder length, so it's elevated just as high as our shoulders are. And we're going to do a good morning. So that means, sort of, ladies, you may be used to sort of a horse seat, but we're just going to lean forward as we inhale. And we're not going to break the plank. So that means we're going to lean forward, trying to have a flat back, just a flat back. Okay, so we're not reaching for the floor or anything, but we're stretching those muscles in our legs now as we prepare to add on. And as you inhale again, come up. And let's do that once more. So we're going to inhale as we move to the center. And once we reach that flat back, we're going to exhale. And then we're going to inhale as we prepare to bring our body back to a standing position. All right, dropping the arms and preparing to shift the weight to the right leg. So let's uncross the right leg from the left. Ground that right foot now, shift our weight, and now invite the left foot to cross over the right. We're going to do the same thing, but you're going to feel that stretch in the calves and maybe even the hamstrings as well. So let's invite our arms to come up. And as we inhale, leaning forward, feel that stretch. Just stay there for a moment. And exhaling while you're here, and inhaling, preparing to breathe. So you may even, if you are stretching with that back leg straight, then you'll feel the stretch not just along the back of the leg, but maybe even in the hip flexor as well. So let's try that again. Let's inhale. Exhaling, once you reach that flat back, holding it here. And let's inhale as we come back. All right, then we're going to drop our arms, uncross our legs, and ground both feet back on the mat. Then we're going to go for a forward fold. And all of that is we're just going to reach for the floor. We're going to bend from our waist, but of course, you know, the arms are going to be engaged. So we're going to inhale as we bring our arms up. And as we exhale, we're just going to drop to the floor. And we're going to reach for the ankles first as we are waking up. We're waking up those muscles. And let me just add on. This is where you may want to bring in your blocks if you like to. So you can start with the blocks in this position. As we come down the second time, if you are feeling that stretch, you can change the position of the blocks, okay? And if you are limber already and you just want to go straight to the mat, feel free to do so. So let's raise back up. Just rolling the back as we come back up, rolling the shoulders. And as we exhale, pushing the palms down, releasing the air. And let's do that a few more times. So let's inhale, forward fold, with or without the blocks. Bringing the chest as close as you can to your lap. Moving here. As we inhale, rolling the back. Rolling the shoulders and exhaling. Two more times, if you will. Inhaling, forward fold. Reaching a little further this time. Exhaling. Let's inhale, rolling the back. Rounding the back, I should say, and then we're going to roll the shoulders, pardon me, rolling the shoulders, pushing as we exhale. And for the last one, if you had the block already, try to move that block out of the way and just see how far your body will allow you to reach, okay? So let's inhale, exhale. As you're exhaling, bring the head in, bring the chest to the lap. If you can, place those palms on the mat. And this time we're going to bend in the knees as we push through our bum, not our knees. Tightening our cores, tightening our glutes, and pushing through the hamstrings and the quadriceps as we stand back up. All right, so how'd you do? Okay, so now we're going to move to the floor. Okay? As we move to the floor, if you have the blocks beside you, gently slide the blocks over just a little, just for a moment. We will engage them again. Bringing our feet together. Let me turn to face you. Bringing our feet together. Holding at our ankles. If you can, placing your elbows in your joints. If you cannot, just leaning your forearms against your legs, around right beside your knees. And let's hold the ankles as you pull the ankles in, pushing with the arm to stretch that inner thigh now, stretching that inner thigh and holding it here as we breathe in and release. See if you can push a little more as we release. And let's inhale again and release. Now, the reason most of you probably reach for your feet, but I don't want you to pull your feet. That's why I say grounding, holding the ankles. Again, inhaling and release. Each time you release, pushing a little more. Inhaling one last time. And release. Okay, now we're going to bring our knees up, flatten our feet. And this time we're going to bring the right leg in towards, so the foot is going to come back towards our bum. The right foot is going to cross our knee. Okay, so it's going to cross our knee. So in the knee, we're going to try to keep our spine up and in line with our knee as well. Now for this pose, you can either hug the knee as we turn and place our right hand behind our back and then turn our chin towards our shoulder. So you can hug the knee or you can place the elbow on the knee, over the knee, and twist your body in the opposite direction, twisting over the chin. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side, okay? And that way it's going to be a little harder. So as we come back to center, now we're going to twist the opposite way. So I'm going to hug that knee this time and turn as I twist my spine, bringing my chin over the left shoulder now. And as I exhale, I'm going to come back to center. Now I'm going to switch legs. So release the left leg, bring the right leg over. And now let's tuck the left leg back inside the bum, crossing the right leg over the left this time. And same thing, hugging that knee or bringing the elbow up and over. But let's put that rear arm in place so that it's behind us. Let's hug that knee in as close as we can and twisting, turning over the shoulder. And come back to center. Now bring that rear arm back because remember we're switching. So hug that knee in. And if you are limber enough to cross over with that elbow, please do so. All right. Turning the chin. And bringing ourselves back to center. Okay. So now that we've twisted our spine, I'm going to ask that you turn on your knees. And if your knees are a little sore, you can always grab a blanket to help cushion your knees. So that's the second use of that blanket. If you need to put a cushion between you and that mat or the floor, okay? So once you're on your knees, we're going to place our palms flat under our shoulders. Your feet can lay flat. You don't need to have your toes in a supported position just yet. So flatten your toes as well. We're going to extend our arms out just a little bit as we start to bring our torso down. So our knees are under our hips. We're going to bring our torso down because we're going to put our chest on the mat, okay? So bringing your arms out so that you can space yourself enough to bring your chest down to the mat and your chin will touch as well. And while your chest and your chin are touching the mat, you're feeling that stretch along your back. You're going to take a few breaths here as I inhale, just so gently, just gently, as I release my body from all that twisting we just did. So now we're going to come up on the knees, and this time we're going to bring the hands in and the knees up just a bit. So for me, I straddle my knees across my mat, bringing my feet together. And then I'm going to come back on my feet, or as close as I can get, to resting my bum on my feet. We're going to spread those arms out again. And this time we're going to put our forehead towards the mat. So not the chest this time. Now we're stretching the upper back. This is our relax mode. So anytime we go into a pose that you don't feel comfortable with, you can always come back here, which is called a child's pose. So this is our rest area, or as I like to say, just stretching my back and getting out of all those twisted knots there, okay? So I'm going to come back up on our knees. As I bring my knees in, bring my hands back in, this time I'm going to curl my toes. And when I curl my toes, that is a signal that we are about to go into a supported position. So I need my toes to lift my body. As I lift my body, we're going to come into what I like to call an upside down V. All right. But for yogis, you already know the name of this. So we're just going to use our hands, our knees, and our toes as we prepare to lift our bodies. Your feet don't have to be flat, okay? So don't worry about that. But just relaxing your head between your arms. So while we're in this position, we're going to pedal a little bit, stretching our legs, or stretching, should I say, the calf muscles and any IT bands and anything that may be in there, as well as the Achilles. And for those that even may have like plantar fasciitis or torn ligaments there, sometimes this stretch, when the doctor tells you to stretch against the wall, put your foot against the wall, or rolling on a bottle, this stretch right here will help as well. All right, so we're going to do this 4 more times. So I'm going to count down for 4, each foot now. 3, 2, and 1. All right, now stay here, because now we're going to reach for our knees. So I'm going to take my right hand and reach for my knee. Plant my right hand back down, and then do the same with my left hand. All right, so when you're ready, I'm going to invite you to join me for an 8 count. Okay, so please join me as we begin. That's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, halfway there. You're doing great. Halfway there. 3, 2, and 1. All right. So bring the hands back down, flat to your mat. All right, then we're going to bend the knees here. We're just going to bend, placing our chest on our knees,